Hello. Hi, Whittles. A couple days ago, literally a week ago, I made a video talking about, geisha and the stuff going on TikTok and all that jazz. And I also wanted to, point out, hold on a minute. I also wanted to point out that, while talking about geisha, I was, stuttering. And the stuttering it's literally just how I sound. Sometimes I always stutter when I talk because I feel like every time I over-analyze or over-explain myself, it's gonna lead to, people getting upset with me. And the only reason why I'm mentioning it is because as I'm, listening to it, I'm over here dang, I really do hate the fact that I stutter so much. And I thought, what if my Whittles don't like it? What if they dislike hearing me like that? And that turned into a huge insecurity of mine. I don't want to be sounding like that. Especially when that was a good thing I did right there. But moving on from that, I didn't want anybody hearing me stutter so much. And then I'm just over here feeling insecure. I don't want anybody to I didn't want people to get mad at me or view me as somebody who stutters, and it's actually something that's really embedded into society. I don't know why people made that up, but they're just oh yeah, whenever you stutter, you're actually probably lying and you didn't get your facts. I get most of my facts from literally looking it up, and I love doing research. And the stuff I talked about with Michiko, that was on TikTok. And when it comes to TikTok, I dislike lying and spreading misinformation. So I just want everybody to know, if you guys don't find it, I will literally look that mess up and do research on what you guys couldn't find. But another thing I also wanted to talk about was it was something within this community that I wanted to mention, and I know people get so fed up with talking about it, but it's hard to not talk about it when people literally make it about that all the time. I've noticed, anytime somebody with the Michiko situation, people were saying, why does everybody make everything about race? It's hard to not make everything about race when y'all literally are fetishizing said race and being bigoted towards that said race. Y'all know what I mean? Moving on from that, I really wanted to talk about the content creator community in general because, for one, there's something I really just can't help but notice. For example, why the heck do people continue giving horrible people? I've noticed there was somebody who said the N slur in this Identityv community. There are creeps on here, some who are still running around with their platform to this day. And then there's one who literally should be in jail, but he decided to, I guess, quit and deleted everything and just left. And then there's a few other male, female, either or. Both sides of this, there's a problem. And I hate how people continue giving them a platform. And then I see other YouTubers who make Identityv content, and they're freaking amazing. I have a whole list of people you guys could watch. Right now, I have a whole list. I will type it all out into this video. I will type everything out just to prove that there are way better people than the people we are watching. Well, not we, because I don't watch these said people. That some are watching that are harmful and bigoted, basically. Okay, so there's Geisha Gaming, there's Blebber, there's Craneflower, there's Zevogi. I like his name, it's kind of funny. And then there's Mulan, there's Cypher Bay, And I did research on these people. There's nothing about them that's negative. And then there's Magnetized, there's Moogie Ling, there's Margie IDV, who is pretty chill. Her stuff is so beautiful. It's very aesthetic. And then there's Lady Bell's Letress. Basically, I'll type everything in. There's Monster Party, there's Rosabot 2, Milovo 2, it's MILVO 2, there's Natasha Cookies. I love these names. There's Star IDV, and then there's somebody named Sock, like SO and 4 C's. And then there's Professor IDV. This person's amazing. And there's another person who like makes a whole video, and it's like an hour showing this character. They don't get a lot of views, which makes no sense. And then I see somewhere they have like 1K views. I'm like, some of y'all are fake fans, because I'm subscribed to them and I watch the video through and through just to learn about this character. And then there's Sesoka, and then there's Noru, and there's Elo Light. Well, Lottie. It's basically LOL then ITE IDV. And there's also more people. There's Dalmas, another VTuber who's also a YouTuber. He does IDV content and he does other content as well. And there's so much more. So much more content creators that we could be watching that are so sweet. I kid you not. They're so sweet, and especially Dalmas. I've been making art for Dalmas occasionally, and I mainly make it because he's a red panda deity. And when I tell you this man's, I adore him. I adore him. I see him as like, well, I don't know how old he is. I just know that he could probably be older than me or younger than me. I just see him as a sibling figure. Somebody who I could like, ironically enough, take as an underling, even though I would be a terrible mentor or a terrible older sibling. I'm just not a good influence. I'd probably be telling him to like prank people for the heck of it. See that dude over there? Put that plastic wrap over his cup and it'll spill juice everywhere. That's the type of thing I'd be doing. Anyways, moving on from that joke, I'm only mentioning this because I'm noticing more and more that content creating is becoming something where people are literally competing against each other. And in my perspective, I'm like, I don't want to see that, because we're supposed to be a team. And I get it. If we're like competing against each other, oh, then jokesy, we can compete against each other as like, you know, competing group of friends. Like how in do y'all remember Nintendo Land? That's the type of compete I want to see. Like we're competing against each other and all that stuff, and you can't help but just go key. I'm gonna win against you. Kind of like Wii Sports, Wii Party. That's the type of competing I want to see when it comes to this type of stuff. I don't want to see competing to the point to where we're being petty and actually harming one another. That's not cool. And I don't mean like tear one another down, insult people. I'm just saying that like when it comes to watching folks, be weary, because these people can make amazing content and they turn out to be the crappiest person out there, which isn't okay. Like why is it that these folks with these big platforms get a safe space to be toxic? Meanwhile, I see other accounts who are so sweet and literally are just making videos just for the heck of it. They're not getting that same amount of love, and there's not even controversy around them. I've done background research on every person I mentioned. Now there could be not drama. Some of this, that's also another thing I want to point out. Whenever people call stuff drama, the stuff that's quote unquote drama is not drama. It could literally be something that's quite literally illegal. And the only reason why that said person is getting away with it is because I guess people aren't able to involve the police, which sucks because with the stuff that I've witnessed, the police should legit be involved, but because it's like on the internet, I guess, there's no way to like handle it, which I highly think there should be a way to handle it. It's one of the reasons why I want to do like more research on that type of stuff so I can at least help some of these people, because like it's not fair. Why does somebody have to be traumatized to the point of just needing to go to therapy for such a long period of time that while the other person who literally caused this amount of harm, quite literally just like they caused so much harm and all that stuff that not only does the person who caused this said harm gets away with it, but they literally get kicked off of I'm stuttering again. See, this is what I talk about when I say stuttering. They either get kicked off the platforms, all platforms in general, because people are holding them accountable, or they'll claim that they're getting therapy and they'll leave, but they'll only come back once everything's like cooled off, quote unquote. And when people remember it, people will try to say, people can't like redeem themselves. This person literally harassed this person like it was their whole personality. I don't think there's anything redeemable about that. I think that person should be literally paying for that person's therapy. That's what I think. Like if you cause somebody emotional damages to the point to where like they're affected by that mentally, you should be paying emotional damages for that. I don't care what anybody says. I'm just saying. I think that's overall fair. So yeah, that's how I feel about it, and I genuinely hope that like all these people I mentioned, they get the fame they deserve, or like, and this isn't me doing that just so like they could come around and like do something for me in return. This is literally out of the genuine kindness of my heart. Like I as another YouTuber, I enjoy spreading happiness for everybody, and this is coming from somebody who's also, I'm human. I make mistakes and I make choices that could also be harmful, not to myself but to others, and I don't mean choices that like involve somebody getting hurt or mentally or having some mental problems. I'm talking about like the type of petty stuff. That's the type of stuff I'm talking about. Petty stuff where I'm like, oh yeah, this person did that, and it's a whole rumor. That's what I'm talking about. So yeah, I'm human. I want to make sure everybody's having a safe space and they can do better. With that out the way, I just want to say thank y'all for watching, and y'all better have a good night or good morning. Peace.